Hey, good morning, guys. In our coaching program, we are spending the whole month working on the client journey. It's one of the most important things that we teach our salon owners, and one of the most important things that you, as a salon owner, can implement in your business. Everyone has one, but no one really defines each step as they work through it. This weekend, I just spent a weekend in a hotel in Sydney. It was amazing. From the moment we stepped in, the decor, how we were treated by people, everything was top notch all the way through. Now, I expected it to be top notch because I did the research. So I went out and I researched which hotel to stay in. I had an expectation of what it was like, and it met the expectation of my thoughts. And I knew how much it was going to cost me, and I thought it was great value for money, and I'll return. Now, I want to share with you some of the things we went through yesterday on a coaching call, because it might be important to you right now, because retention is at an all-time low for salon owners. And we know with the big movement, the big shift that's going on in our industry with a lot of people going on to the self-employment, for us, this is something that we as a team, when you have a team, can really master. So let me just share my screen, go through a little bit of training with you, and hopefully this will sort of have some aha moments that will help you out a little bit. I believe there's 5 steps in a client journey, and I want to go through them with you. And hopefully, if you can think about your everyday life, the things that you do, and start picking out the steps of some restaurants you go to, or some hotels you go to, or when you get your car serviced, these steps are always there in everything that we do. And you get to make a decision whether you think that when you've spent some money on a service, whether it was good value or not. And that's how you're going to get clients to return. So we do know is that, perfect consultations, like we all know we're supposed to do them, but hand on heart, do you? So what I want to suggest with you, if I possibly can, if you can imagine, let's just say you've got 4 staff members, you have to go to your weakest link. So whoever you think is not doing the consultation to perfection, the one person that's actually, maybe not rebooking clients, the one person who is not upselling, the one person who doesn't sell much retail, the one person that really isn't doing their job properly. And you need to lower your standard. You see, if a client decides to come into your business, they have a thought of what they expect it to be like, a bit like me when I went to the hotel. I'd done my research, I spent a bit of money, I expected it to hit a certain mark, and it did. Well, when a client decides to go to your salon, they've gone through research, they've gone to your socials, they've gone to your website, they've probably looked at reviews, they've probably done a drive-by, and they've made their mind at what they think your salon is going to be like. And then they're going to equal how much they spend there. And the one thing that's more important, than anything else is the value they get. We talk about value all the time, about, the value for money. What that actually means is that what do you charge that client? Do they think it was worth it? That's it. And I want you to think about your salon, because I don't know who you are that's actually watching this. And by the way, if you want to reach out and say hi to me, I would love that. But let me just give you a preconception of what I think a salon is. So let's take your salon. Let's say you charge £50 for a wax, a massage, a cut and blow dry. Okay, £50 or $50. And there's a salon down the road that charges 20 for the same thing. Okay, we have a 50 and a 20. Which do you think is going to be better? Which do you think is going to give you a better haircut, better waxing, better massage, better set of nails? Most people are going to say the 50, because it's got to be, hasn't it? They're going to take more time on it. They're going to do a good consultation. They're going to ask you some questions. This one's going to be in and out. That's what we believe. Now, Macca's, as we know, is the best restaurant in the world. No matter what you say about it, there is no one in the whole wide world that has as many restaurants as McDonald's. And they can go any restaurant in any country, and it's exactly the same as every other restaurant that's out there. They've got thousands of McDonald's, and they can replicate it over and over and over again because they've systemized it. And the one reason, which I'm going to talk about in a second, why clients leave you is not because of money. I know you guys think it is. You think that you're too expensive. You're not too expensive. You're just not good value for money. What clients think they're going to get at your salon, they actually don't. They might get it from you, the owner, but do they get it from every single staff member? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Now, for most of you, we pre-Uber, we used to have to get a taxi to places. We would phone someone up and we'd say, can we have a taxi? And they'd say, yeah, they'd be there in 20 minutes. And we'd put the phone down and then we'd wait 20 minutes and it still didn't turn up. We'd pick it up and we'd phone again. They'd say, yeah, it's on its way. It'll be 20 minutes, another 20 minutes. We'd put it down. We now feel that we're going to be left or it's going to move or something's going to go on. So that's why someone came up with Uber, because you get to see it on a map. And if you literally go in to see an Uber map and it says that an Uber is 20 minutes away, you'll book it and you won't sweat because you know it's 20 minutes away. You can see it's on its way and it's going to come. Now, that came because there was an issue. That came because taxes made people feel a bit awkward. It wasn't good value for money anymore. Now, this was a survey by Forest. I don't know how accurate it is, but this was their survey. And a new client retention is 30%. Now, we discussed this. Someone's done a lot of research, because I don't know about you, but I don't wander in a restaurant. I don't wander into a hairdresser's. I don't wander into a beautician. I do a bit of research. It's too easy not to pick your phone up and have a look at their reviews and have a look at their socials, have a look at their website, have a look at their menus, look at your price list. It's so easy. And they've made the effort to come in, and 70% decided that you weren't good enough. 70%. That's 7 out of 10 people have not returned. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second, guys. I want to make sure this is really good for you. We can sit here and we can moan about self-employed people. We can moan about people going and doing things in their sheds, in their gardens. We can moan about mobile hairdressers. We can moan about them not paying VAT. You are not keeping 7 out of 10 people that have chosen you to look after them, and they decided that you didn't offer good value for money. These are the facts. Prove me wrong. Something in your salon isn't right. And you can say that you are good, but somebody in your salon isn't. Now, existing clients, these are the clients that did come to you, came and visited you a few times, usually 2 or 3 times, and 68% of them decided to stay. 32 of them, which again is 1/3 of your business, have decided that after a while you've took them for granted and they've left. So overall, you're keeping about 58%. So you're losing 4 out of 10 of every single client that's in your salon right now. If you've got a busy Friday and you look around, you've got 10 clients in there, 4 of them will never return again. And my question to you is why? So if you really want to be successful, you've got to learn how to get these clients to return. 8% of clients leave due to friction. When I say friction, I mean there's something there, like you didn't solve their problem, you took them for granted, they don't think you're good value for money, for what they're paying you, you're not getting what was served. And I'm not talking about you, the salon owner, because I know you're sitting there thinking, Richard, I'm great. Everyone loves me. Is that so? Like, the only person who's listened to this right now, who has a full salon, and I mean every single staff member earning 3 times what they get paid, every single staff member fully booked and earning commission, and you get paid whatever you like and earning lots of money. If that's you, I'm not talking to you, but there's a good chance I am. So like, it's time now just to look at your business, look at the numbers. They do not lie. Go and look at your numbers. Send them to me. Prove me wrong that you are not one of these people. And if that's the case, I want to come back to you. And the reason we talked about this right at the beginning is value. That means that I'm going to give you money and you don't give me the service worth what I'm paying. And this has nothing to do with price. You know, absolutely zero. It means that I expected, when I came to you and I looked at your socials, and for some of you who's claimed you're the best hairdresser in the UK and you've entered yourself into awards and you've won, or you're a finalist and you're the finalist best customer service person on the planet, you better well be. or you won best hairdresser, you better well be. And you've won colorist, you better well be. Now you see the reality here, guys. You're putting stuff into the outside world, they're telling the world that you are the best. And people are coming into your business and they're expecting you to be good. That means every single staff member, every single time, no matter if it's a Tuesday morning or a Friday afternoon, it has to be consistent. But Donald stays open because it's consistently junk. But you know what you're going to get. You're not going to go there and get the best burger in the world, but you're not going to go there and get the worst burger in the world. You're just going to get junk, but it's consistently junk. Their coffee is average. And I go there sometimes on a long journey because I know what I'm going to get and it's good enough. Where other ones, I'm scared. It might be good, it might be awful. And I don't like the inconsistency. I've said this story many times before, and I want to share it before I do some training with you if that's possible. Miss, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold coming on. When my salon was in Erina, in New South Wales, there was a sandwich shop that opened a few doors down the road. Beautiful. Put a big sign in the window. The sign said, best chicken salad in the world. I bet. So Thursday afternoon, I set my junior down to get to me. She comes back. I ate it. It was amazing. Let me tell you, it was brilliant. I couldn't wait till next Thursday to have it again. Next Thursday, I went down again, and guess what happened? Most of you have guessed wrong. It was better. So the first time I went, it was amazing. The next time I had it, it was up here. It was phenomenal. I didn't think they could do any better. It was glorious. Now, Thursday afterwards, I was counting down the days. I told every client that came into my salon how great it was down there, how brilliant it was. Third Thursday came along. I sent my apprentice down there to get my chicken salad, brought it back up. I tasted it. Do you know what was wrong with it? They took it back to the best in the world. So they took it back to where it was great. I thought it was great the first time, but because I know they can do better, I now felt like it wasn't good value anymore. I felt cheated. I didn't know what I was going to get. Do you know what happened the fourth Thursday? I didn't return. It just felt wrong. I didn't know what I was going to get. Inconsistency. So I decided not to go. So I went over to IGA and bought myself the usual rubbish that I had. I just didn't like the fact that I don't know what I was going to get. My expectations weren't met, or they exceeded and they weren't met. And that's how most of your clients feel. So when you do someone and you go, oh, we looked after them, they loved us. And the next time they come, you got to do the same service. And the next time you come, you got to do the same service. If you don't systemize your business, it's always going to be about you. And you're always going to be going for your team members and going like, they're losing clients and you're not. Because you're consistent usually as the owner. But you've got to get your team to be consistent. They don't have to be superstars. They've just got to be consistent. Be McDonald's. You can be averagely crap if you really want to, but be consistently crap, you know? Be consistent. That's all you have to be. If I'm coming to your salon and you're charging me £50 for a gent's haircut, I expect it to be good. And if it is good, I'm happy. And if I come again and it's good, I'm happy. And if I come again and good, it's happy. The day it's not good is the day I go, hold on a second, they're not treating me the same as they used to, and I leave. Nothing to do with the price of what you charge. It's to do with the value of what you're giving. It's a big difference. I want you to try and remember that. It's not what you charge, it's the value of that. I've just been to a 5-star hotel and I'm still talking about it because it's impeccable. And I'm going to go again in a few weeks' time. And I'd expect to be exactly the same. And if it's not, I'll probably never, ever go back in my life. That's the same as people. And I believe that most people are losing clients because they're not consistent. You know, yeah, they're great the first time, or one staff member is good. I had a conversation with one of my clients today, and we sort of put him on the spot, and I sort of told off a little bit. And I'm going to tell you off the same because I think you deserve to be told off. If someone is working the floor of your salon and you know that they're not good enough, you know they don't do a consultation, and you can nag them, oh, they don't do it, and you allow that to happen, you're lowering the standards of your salon because you can't be asked. making sure that every single client that walks in that door gets a service, a good service, a valued service. And I hear it all the time. Oh, I nag them. Oh, they don't want to do it. Well, they've been doing it too long. They just do it their own way. Well, then you know what? Let everyone do it their own way. And then how are you going to compete with these self-employed salons? Because that's what they do. A bunch of people in a salon all doing it independently their way. You're different. And that's why with us, when we coach people, we make their salons the destination. We make their salons stand out. And when stylists and therapists leave, the clients stay with the salon because the salon has a soul. The salon has culture. The salon has dignity. The salon has consistency. Let me dive in and show you what the client journey is all about and how we break it up. Like, I'm going to do this quite consistently with a restaurant and then flip it, okay? I walk into a restaurant and I get greeted by whoever. Sometimes I'm standing around in reception for ages thinking, bloody hell, they're expecting me. I'm now worried. I asked my name. They can't find me in the computer system. I'm now worried. I'm now feeling a bit awkward. Oh, God, I'm not too happy at the moment. Let's hope it gets better than this. They sit me down at the table, right? They sit me down and then a waiter comes along and asks me, would you like a drink? Hopefully, sometimes you've got to wait a long time for the waiters to come along and say, would you like a drink? Would you like an entree? Would you like your main? Oh, that's it. Off they toddle up, they go through there. Number 3, they wander around. They come back and say, would you like a glass of wine? Would you like a top up? Please come back to me. I definitely want a top up. You took too long on the entree. At number 4, they bring the meal. Oh, how long did it take? Was it on time? Was it consistent? Was it good? Do I now feel good about myself? And then they give me the check and I pay and I leave. Think about the service. When you go to a restaurant, what's more important, the food or the service? And I want you out of 100%. Here's a question for you. For you, food and service. Break that 100% up. For me, I think I'm 30% food and 70% service. I want to be looked after. I want an experience every single time when I go out. I want to feel special. I want them to, when they talk to me, ask me if I'm having a good day or not. When they do a consultation, stage 2, when they ask me what I want to recommend what wine goes with the meal. I want to recommend what the specials are. I want to recommend some nice foods. I want them to do that. Oh, do you like duck? Well, that's some beautiful duck. I would love that. I don't mind. Number 3 is an upsell in our world. I don't mind them upselling me. Not at all. I like it. It's part of the experience. I love it, in fact. I've gone out to spend money. I mean, you have to enjoy myself. I don't care how much it costs. It's only when the service or the food don't live up to it that I start thinking, hold on a second, I'm not coming back here again. But if it lives up to it, I don't care how much it costs. I'm sure you guys are very similar to that. Then they give you the meal in a timely fashion, in a timely manner. It's got to be cooked to perfection. It's got to be given to me. They've got to ask me if I'm okay. And then eventually they'll take my money. They'll say, do you want the bill? Yes, I do. They bill me. I give them a tip. I've had a great time and I leave and I can't wait to go back. Now think about it. That's the journey in a restaurant. Let's talk about your salon. When someone comes in, you greet them. How quickly do you make them feel sad? Or how quickly do you make them feel happy? What does it take in your salon to make someone feel good? I know some of our salons, they take them on a tour of the salon. They show them where the toilet is, where the color bar is, where the rooms are, the therapist rooms. They show them the lot. That's what they want to do. They want to make them feel at ease. They get them a drink. They sit them down. They don't just shout, oh, take a seat, love, within a minute. None of that malarkey. 2, the consultation. Do you know what a consultation is? We have a really good 6-step consultation, right? Let me tell you what a consultation is. It's finding out how you like to wear your hair. It's finding out what problems you've got with your skin. It's finding out things about you and why you've suddenly chose our salon and what I can do to help you look or feel better. That's what a consultation is. It's a chat. It's to get to know someone. How good at you are at that. It's important. It really is. Now, remember, if you think service is more important, this is almost all the service. The upsell. The reason we do upsells is because if you have someone that comes to you and has, let's say, one service to one person, if you do a good haircut, they could go elsewhere. You do 1 to 2 and they come in for a haircut and then they have a treatment. Then they've got to find someone who does a good treatment and a good haircut. If they have a color, they've got to figure out, oh, now they've got to find someone who has a good color, good cut, and a good treatment. What if they buy products? Oh, now I've got to find someone that sells Davines, that does treatments at the base, and that does a good color, and does a good. It's hard for me to leave you, right? So that's why we do an upsell. Now remember, it's not about greed. The upsell is to keep people loyal. It's the upsell is part of this. You know, someone came in and came to you because some other salon didn't do them a good consultation, didn't really do a good service. They might have done a really good food, 30%, but didn't do both. And we have to do both. So they left your job. And that happens very naturally when you ask the right questions. Now, at stage 4 is where they're going to eat the meal, right? So it's a little bit more about what they've come in for. And for us in our world at stage 4, it's all about, like, first of all, I promised you on our chat that I'd make you look or feel special. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to talk my way through it. And then when you've left here for 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever it's going to be, I'm going to ask you some questions like, how do you look after your skin when you're not in the salon? What trouble do you have with your nails when you're not in the salon? What happens for the 3 weeks when you're not here? What happens to your hair? Are you good at blow drying? If you're going out, what would you do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you some tips to make you look really good while you're not here as your hair grows. But you must come back in 6 weeks, so you've dropped the seed. And then at the number 5, you just take their money and away they go, and away it goes. That's the client journey that's in your salon. Now, it's still happening in your salon. You're either in control of it or you're not. Now, this has to be implemented with every single staff member across the board, because no matter how much you charge, it doesn't matter. It's the value you give. Now, here's the deal. If I was going to spend £10 on my haircut, I would expect this to be very watered down and not really that great. Here's an example. Hey, mate, how you doing? Take a seat within 10 minutes. Not a problem. Sit down. How long have you been last haircut, mate? 3 weeks. Not a problem. Do you want a bit off the top? Yeah, all right, mate. Bang. There you go. Upsell, 0. Show and tell. Had you started at home? Nothing at all. Product, do you want products on this, mate? Yeah, please. What do you normally put on? Don't know. Oh, I just chuck this on for you. All right, mate, that'd be 10 quid, please. All right, great. No rebooking. Now, I would leave, and if I'm happy to pay £10, that is the service I would expect and the service I got. I'm happy. I wanted to spend, which I do, 35, 40 pounds on my hair. Take a seat. Would you like a drink, Richard? I'm running about 5 minutes late. Not a problem. I'm going to get so-and-so to wash your hair if that's okay. Not a problem. Wash my hair. Sit me down. How you doing, buddy? Find a bit of rapport with me. Has a chat. How's it been since last time, mate? Did it look okay? I moved it away last time from the sides. How did you go with that? Oh my God, he cares about me. I love that. And he remembered. I love that too. So, bit of rapport going on. Had a little chat with him, find little problems out. Not a problem. Talked about me, how I feel. You know, did it make my face look nice and slim? No, it didn't, mate. Want my money back. But anyway, next one. Upsell. Hey, how did that product go last time that I sold you? Is it still working? Yeah, great. You must be getting near the end now. Should we put one on the end of the bill? Definitely love that, buddy. I don't want to go out to Boots and try and find me out. I can't be bothered. So I'd want him to do a service for me. So he's chopping away, and then he's saying to me, hey, you know that weighty stuff at the sides, Richard? Yeah, I'm going to take that away again like this. It worked last time, didn't it? Yes, it did. Beautiful. You're getting a bit thin on top, though, Richard. I won't take the weight out of that. Thanks, buddy. We're now friends. Comes in, hey, Richard, I'll see you in 5 weeks, mate. I'm getting really busy. I want to book you back in. Good. I don't want to be thinking about it. As I leave, was that good value for money? Yes, it was. The difference is when you get these confused. If you want to charge 30 or 35 to 40 and you don't do this, you're too expensive, because I'm happy to pay 10 to get basic. If I don't want basic, I'd pay a bit more. For some of you guys, it's going to go straight over your head. Ah, we're all right, we do that. Really? Let me tell you how good this is. When you get this right, every new client that comes to your salon usually stays. Do you know what? Because everyone else there can't be bothered. The client journey takes a bit of work. It takes time to change your team members. It takes time to break an old habit and put a new habit in place. It takes time for you to do this. One of my clients stayed on this when we coached her. She booked a call with me every week for 2.5 months to work on this, and we end up getting an average bill up to 180. This is important. Her average return rate at the moment is 6 weeks. I don't know anyone else that has a return rate so small for a hair salon. 6 weeks. Most people are doing 16 weeks. And yes, she does do balayage, but we've put things in place to get clients to return. The client journey is really what you should be doing when someone wants to give you money, because they know when they give you money, this is the value that you're giving them in exchange. If you still think they're paying for a haircut or a massage or a wax or nails or color, you're wrong. Because that means you go to a restaurant and you just want food and you don't care that someone's just going to throw it on the table and snarl at you and don't ask if you want any drinks. Doesn't happen. It's not just the food. People nowadays want a service. And if you're losing clients and you think it's price, it's not. It's the value. You're not giving value. And I know some of you are not getting this, and some of you don't understand what value is. Value is really simple. Hopefully, with me a little joking going on about the two different haircuts that I would go for, you can see the difference. Now, look at your team this week. Sit back, even if you have to cross an hour out of the book, and watch your team. Watch what they do. Is it consistent with every single team member? Because if it's not, lower your standards and you'll keep more clients. Keep yourself nice and cheap and lower your standards. Yeah, don't do a consultation and knock £10 off your price and get more people. It'll be a chop shop. Is that what you wanted? I'm sure it wasn't. Most people I see when they get this wrong is they want to charge a lot. They want to give an awful lot. They think it's all about this. It's a tough one this week, guys, but I think it needs to be said. A lot of you guys are more than happy to go and spend money on a new color or a new way to cut, or gee, a new laser machine. We're going to go down for that, haven't you? I'm going to spend 40 grand on a laser machine. Good for you. I'm not spending money on a coach, though. Ooh, no. I'm not spending money on training my team to be better at customer service. Oh, no. It's all about the skill. It's all about the color degree. It's all about... No, it's not. Think about a restaurant. If your salon isn't making... Sorry, if your restaurant isn't making much money, do you think sending your chef on more cooking skills when the front of the house treat people not as good as they should, do you really think that will make any difference at all? Oh, this chef has just come back from working with the naked chef. He's just come working back from Pierre White's. But you know what? Front of the house are snarling. Front of the house have got dirty nails. Front of the house aren't even asking people if they want bread or fizzy water or wine. They're just mulling around. No matter how much you spend in that back kitchen, it's going to make zero effect on your business. Think about that as your salon. See, most people are happy to spend on more color courses, but it doesn't make any difference at all. And it doesn't, because this is something completely different. Remember, your salon is made up of two parts. It's what you do when they give you the money and how you do it. And most people fall short on how they do it. I hope this training helps you a lot. We are spending the entire month of March going through stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and stage 5 over the full month of March. We want our salons to be different from the rest out there. Because if we can get our salons to keep 20% more clients that come through the door, they're going to be fuller a lot faster than everyone else out there. And that's our plan. Guys, if this left you more questions than I've answered, just DM me, reach out to me, let's chat. Come and join us this March. Guys, much love.